Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Captain Swan podcast, number 102. I am Michelle, to the end of the world or time on Tumblr, and these are the people with me today.
Hi, I'm Daniela, and I'm Queen Swan 20 on Tumblr.
Hi, I'm Lisa, and I'm You Brought Me Home.
And I'm Shannon. I'm Mind Your Helm.
Okay, so believe it or not, we actually did get some questions about the whole evil Queen Regina Robin thing. So we're going to do that first before we get into the thing that's going to make us all salty
Oh boy.
and what we're really here for, which is the latest Captain Swan angst.
Mm.
Okay. This first question is from Anonymous. I'm so confused. The evil queen, who is real, can hook up with Shady Robin, who is also real, in the Wish realm that's not real. And they will or won't have to deal with not real, recently orphaned, vengeful Henry because real Regina murdered not real Snowing and supposedly kidnapped real Emma, who's also not real because Princess Emma doesn't exist. Also, who magicked Killian's memories into the Dreamcatcher? Or did he retain some Dark One magic that we never hear about it? What the fuck, Adam and Eddie? We'll leave the Killian stuff for later when we talk about the salty. But what do we think about this whole evil queen business and
I don't
Robin in
know.
the Wish Throne?
I don't know. Like, I really wanted the evil queen and Regina to like fuse into one, and Bam ended good terms with Regina accepting her good side, her bad side part of her, and all, and Robin resurrected, or I don't know. But this is not exactly what I wanted. And I'm a fan of Regina, for fucking sake. Like, this got me so confused.
Anybody else?
I just feel like it's a cop out because they made such a massive deal at the end of season 5 of her separating herself and how much of a mistake it was and they marketed it like the town was going to go to war because Regina wasn't going to stop till everybody was dead. She wanted to kill Snow White. Everything, this was going to be like this massive thing, and it just I thought the only way that they were going to be able to fix this was, one, either she takes the evil queen back into herself, or two, she finds some way to separate. That's why I thought at first when she used the shears, I thought that meant that if they weren't connected, that she could kill her. I figured, well, okay, that's a decent way to do it. But then when she has this thing where she pulls her heart, I'm like, well, first of all, I thought she didn't have a heart. You crushed her heart. Okay, I guess I guess I'll just go with the fact that when she reconstituted, her heart just magically came back. Okay, fine. But binding, like taking some of your good, and at first I didn't know that was possible.
Well,
and then giving it to her. Okay.
well, not only that, but so the evil queen's heart was almost entirely black, and good and quote unquote good Regina's heart was almost entirely red. But yet, when Regina pulled out her heart earlier, a couple episodes ago, when the evil queen was threatening Zelina, it was just as mixture of black and red as it had always been. So how the fuck did her heart become red?
You're talking like the show actually has continuity. It doesn't. It has issues, serious continuity issues. Okay, I'll buy. I'll even buy, since you guys are connected, because you're the same person, that you can take some of your good and give it to her. Okay, but isn't that a little like? I mean, that's not really. When she said, "Oh, I love myself. I feel better in my own skin." I'm like, wasn't that the lesson you learned at the end of season 4? When you stopped yourself from rewriting Zelina out of history? You said, I finally feel comfortable in my own skin. I'm happy with myself. Why did you need to learn this twice?
Why does anybody on this show have to learn the same lesson 18 times?
I don't know, man.
But to get back to the whole...
Because it took like an act of contrition on her part just for her to finally say, the acts of the evil queen, no. The acts that I did. Like, she didn't want it. Like she still cannot admit that they're the same fucking person. That
But
what she did. Both of you together, you're the same fucking person.
But to get back to the question at hand, the whole Wish Realm. I mean, so the Evil Queen sends Shady Robin back to the Wish Realm where he came from. So him coming here was a complete waste of time. And
how she did it, I don't even know, because she has no instruments
exactly
to open a portal. There
That's
are no
number
bees.
one.
There's
How
no
the F-
hat.
How the F did that even happen? Number two, they went to, I mean, it seems like the only reason they went to all this trouble was to show that Shady Robin has a connection to the Evil Queen. And then they went and made the Evil Queen like Regina, who Shady Robin doesn't like. And then they sent her there.
Why would you make her the you that he doesn't even? I just don't think that he liked her. Period. Whether she was evil or not, he just didn't care.
So Regina essentially cloned herself.
Pretty much.
I sent the other one to the Wish Realm, where she's wanted, as you said, wanted for murder by Henry.
And yet, when she walks into the bar into the tavern where he's drinking, wearing this ostentatious outfit that would immediately identify her as the Evil Queen, nobody bats an eyelash.
No.
And yet, when they were in the Wish Realm the first time, when the real Regina walked into the tavern, they scattered like cockroaches.
Yes.
What the fuck? Continuity, people. Continuity.
This is not the closure Outlaw Queeners one. Not even me. Who I ship Outlaw Queen. This is a big F you.
It made the whole story and the whole emphasis they put on it. The whole reason for the split was now pointless. Just pointless. Like it was just a waste of time. Complete waste of time.
Okay, so but I'm sure Shannon has thoughts. But I've got two more questions that are along the same vein, so I'm just going to read them both, and then we can get into it. From Anonymous, sorry for the rant, everyone, but I need to let off some steam. I'm not even mad about the CS angst because of spoilers, but even with the spoilers, the pain is still strong. My issue is that Em and Eddie wasted 14 episodes, 14 on the stupid split, and the outcome was shit. Let's leave fandom life out of this. It is bad because they wasted the general audience's time with this arc. Personally, I wish Michelle's speculation about Regina would have come true than this mess. Thoughts? And then, also from Anonymous, I know that self-love and self-hate is a real important issue in real life, but I feel as though they wasted this story on the wrong character. Yes, Regina has changed, but she still has yet to face her responsibilities. And what is up with everyone acting as though the Evil Queen is a whole different person when she's not? And she only took some of her darkness back instead of owning what she did and dealing with the darkness. But of course, she gets the easy way out.
Ugh. I'm pissed that this ended so fucking shitty that I'm so pissed. This is not the closure I wanted for Outlaw Queen. This is not what I wanted for this battle between the Evil Queen and Regina's end. This is a whole waste of my fucking time. Why did they did this? This is like a big fu to the Outlaw Queen fandom. When the show's about hope and love.
Speaking of the fight between the Evil Queen and Regina, what the fuck? Throwing apples and swords? These are two badass magic ladies. Well, they're the same one, but you know what I mean. They both have magic. Why are we fighting with swords and apples? Why are they not like having a magic off? Why can I not get a magic off on this fucking show?
Either one, they can't afford the CGI, or two, the main choreographer that was supposed to be there that day wasn't, and they had to go with what they had available.
I'm never getting my magic off. I have to accept this now.
I'm more upset. I'm more upset with the fact that she's given practically a free pass twice now, without really ever confronting the people who she's done harm to.
She didn't even break Snowing's curse.
Yeah, she left without breaking Snowing's curse. Snow would like, do you mind? Really? Because I'm kind of tired of this shit. She's like, well, I don't know how to do it entirely, but I left you all of the stuff that can help you out. Sorry. Sorry,
I
my
yeah,
bad.
i.e. it's not time for your curse to be broken yet because plot. Sorry, I got a jet.
Yeah.
Bye.
She didn't
Ah.
like apologize to anybody that she messed with the whole time she was there causing hell. She didn't freaking apologize to Belle for what she did messing around with Rumpel.
Please don't remind me.
Well, I mean, not that the Regina we know would ever apologize to anybody anyway. She never has and probably never will. She still has a vault of fucking hearts that she hasn't given back. But Hook has to be made to apologize to every single person he's ever wronged in his 300 years of life. Because plot.
Shannon, you've been very quiet. Do you have thoughts on Regina?
I don't care. And I never did care. And I will continue not to care. So that's my thought. But before I get booted out again, I keep losing the signal. I thought it was some, like, did you guys buy when the fucking thing that, like, when she walked through the diner, Evil Queen walked through the diner, and, like, Snow was, like, there and, like, hey, I still have a curse on me with my husband, and you can't help me, bitch? Come on! Like, why didn't she, like, if she's so good, apparently, that Regina's like, oh, she's good now. Oh, well, I guess you're not gonna help Snow with her curse. You're just gonna disappear with your little fucking toy boy in the other realm. Why didn't she help if she was so good?
She left them the ingredients, though.
You couldn't just help them, though, you dumbass.
I know. That's what I was just saying. And the only reason it's happening this way is because they wanted an entire episode dedicated to Sewing's curse, and so they couldn't just tack it on at the end of this episode. But my other question is, Henry is now accepting that this evil queen is his mother, so he's now got 3 moms, but he's okay with sending one to another realm.
She's not his mom.
Huh?
And what about, he's like also doing his little shit thing with his little storybook thing. Like, I'm allowed now to use my pen to give her exactly what you said you wouldn't be doing and using your magic. And he's like, oh, it's okay because of all these other rules. I'm like, you're just making up your own fan fiction rules of canon shit, boy. So I don't believe you at all.
The only rule he's ever been given is that he's not allowed to interfere with the natural progression of these people's stories.
But Regina is part of the Evil Queen, so that is part of the story.
Actually, because they separated themselves, they're now 2 separate stories.
Within the same realm.
Oh dear.
You're getting it. Yeah.
At least that's the way that the show was trying to justify it, that she's her own separate story now.
It's still the whole thing just felt anticlimactic to me.
Yeah, especially after the way that they built it up for 14 whole episodes.
They didn't need to drag it out for 14 episodes. They really could have ended it, after 10 episodes, really. I mean, we've had shorter arcs that were more interesting than this. That, we didn't need that many fucking episodes of her running around and just doing stupid stuff that was just very not evil. It was more annoying than evil.
Exactly. Like they were selling it as holy crap, the evil queen's here and it's gonna fuck shit up. And I said from the very beginning that they can't have the evil queen fuck too much shit up because you can't just go around killing people, because if she does that we won't have any cast.
Obvi.
So that automatically neutered anything that the evil queen could do. The worst thing that she did was the snowing curse, and she didn't even break that before she got to go be happy with Shady Robin.
Yeah, she didn't do anything. She really didn't do a single thing. Bex and Rebecca, that whole the Wicked Witch was more interesting than this. Like it was more evil than this, and yet this.
The other thing that kind of drove me nuts was how quickly this transfer of goodness seemed to affect her. I mean, 6 seasons in, and Regina, when it comes to redemption, is still a work in progress. No matter how far that she's coming, she has a long road to go. And yet, Regina takes a little bit of her goodness and gives it, or what is remaining of her love, and gives it to the evil queen, and boom, all of a sudden, oh, she's altered for life. It doesn't work like that. It can't work like that. It cannot be that simple. But of course, everything's easy. Everything's just handed to her on a silver platter.
Yes.
Because she's Regina.
I'm confused. How did Hook activate that dream catcher to see the memory thing? I'm lost. Seriously.
Nobody knows.
I'm confused.
I'm going to assume that because it's a magical object, that it does not require
The
the
user
user
to have magic.
magic. Because other people that do not have magic have used magical objects, magical potions.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the only explanation I can come up with, because otherwise shit makes no sense.
I know.
But yeah, so speaking of Captain Swan, let's get into it.
Oh dear. Here we go.
Let's for the sake of argument keep anything in the promo and anything we know about the next episode for when we get to the spoilers. Let's
Okay.
just focus on what happened in this episode. And I've got two questions here about the scene with Snow. Holy crap, Killian and Snow had an actual conversation that we got to
yes.
hear. Let's bask in the miracle of that.
Not only that, she hugged
Yes.
him. She
For the
hugged.
first time in 4 years.
She touched him.
I know. So here we go. I'll read these questions and then we'll talk about it. For Life 28 says, question for the next podcast. What did you guys think of the Snow and Hook scene? I loved it. It was such a beautiful scene. I'm so happy we finally got a scene with the two of them. And then Captain Swan Shipper 88 says, hello, question for the next podcast. I really got excited when I saw Snow on the docks with Killian. I really enjoyed the scene. The kiss on the cheek and the hug was wonderful. I wanted to know what everyone thought of the scene. Thanks, and I love the podcast. I was just so amazed that it was actually happening.
Me too. I was like, thank you. Finally, these two can talk. Seriously. And for once, Snow's words of hope were useful, because Hook changes mind from not leaving Emma.
The only thing that the little issue, even though I'm just gonna overpass it, is that she came to the docks to talk about Regina, and once again, no, she's like, oh, she's free from it. I'm like, who cares? But everything else was fine.
I'm just glad that she finally gave some comfort and advice to someone that was not Regina, for once. That was pretty awesome. She was the only one in the Charming family that was kind of lacking the, are we sure that she is okay with Hook type thing? I mean, we know that he and Charming are best buds, and he and Henry are best buds, but Snow is always kind of on that, straddling that line, you know?
To be fair, they've never actually allowed Killian and Snow to have an actual one-on-one conversation where no one else is around and we can hear what they're saying since season 2. Before Emma and Killian were a thing. Like, for some reason, they just have never been able to find a situation, have those two talk. So we didn't know what Snow was thinking about Killian because the show never told us.
Well, yeah, they did on their first date. She was very excited, though. Remember? If you remember that, she was all like taking pictures and
everything. But that was about
more
Emma.
for Emma.
That was about Emma. It wasn't about Killian as a person.
But I think with Snow, it's more always going to be about Emma. I mean, or maybe it's now a little bit towards Killian, but I think she just wanted her daughter to be happy and find someone that makes her happy, and she knows that this person makes her happy. And then she found out, that this guy is a genuinely nice person. I think it first started out as Emma is happy. I like him because he's that, but now he's done other things.
Well, we'll get into more of that when we get to spoilers, I'm sure.
my only issue with it was the fact that this must be a like mother like daughter thing, because he was obviously in distress and he was not quite all there when she was talking to him. He was distracted. He did not seem, he was off, and she did not notice. Well, granted, she might not be as connected to him the way that Em is. Snow has always been.
Snow can't even tell when her own daughter's in distress. Let's be real.
I would like to think that she would notice that something was off instead of.
But here's the thing. We can say definitively that she asked him if he was going somewhere and he said no. So that was actual thing that was said that will definitely play into how things play out in the next episode, which again we will talk about more when we get to lay spoilers.
So you're saying that when he was standing on the docks with that satchel,
Yes.
sure whether he wanted to leave yet. He was still contemplating.
Mm.
Yeah, but she asked him point blank if he was going somewhere, and he said no. So as far as Snow knows, that's the last word she had from him. Is my point. As far as Snow
Okay.
is concerned, she asked if he was leaving. If he was going anywhere, and he said no. Is my point.
I mean, the whole conversation gave me some hope when she said to him that even the darkest soul can. What was that last part? Even the darkest soul can be redeemed or whatever.
Something about love and dark souls, and it was about Regina, so I wasn't really paying attention.
Yeah, but I mean, that at least gives me hope that when he does come clean to them and tells them what happened with David's father, that okay, it might take David a little time, but at least Snow will understand, right?
She's forgiven her own dad's murderer, so I'm sure she'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this next question is about Nemo. From Anonymous, I'm glad that Gideon wasn't Nemo because those moments were the best, but Gideon has to go after what he did to my babies and in Emma's face when they were fighting and when he didn't come home brought me to tears. Okay, so yay for someone outside of Emma's family giving a shit about Killian.
Thank
Let's all
you.
have a round of applause for Captain Nemo.
Yay.
Captain Nemo. And I'm glad that my speculation that Nemo was really Gideon in disguise proved to be false. Hallelujah.
Nemo's the best dad for Liam 2.0 and Hook than Brandon.
Oh, fuck that guy. Anytime somebody mentions that guy, I'm just like, fuck that guy. I'm so glad he's dead. Anyway, but yes, Nemo is the dad that Killian never had. So yay. Yay for him. So now that we're happy that Nemo gives a shit, let's talk about the fight. What did we think about the fight?
The Captain Swan fight?
Yes.
I
Thanks,
Seemed
thought
very
it was incredibly. It was one of the most realistic fights, couple-wise, that the show's had in 6 years. I mean, most of the fights we have are on the show are over dramatized and fantastical, but this one is like real. Like, the information I killed your grandfather. That really wouldn't happen in real life, but overtly. But like the consequences of keeping a secret and feeling guilt because you know you did something wrong and you are afraid you're going to lose this person. It's very true to life. About this couple, they are so true to life, so real. The things that they go through, regardless of all the fantastical shit, is true to what real people go through as they're trying to navigate being a couple.
Yes, I really loved it, and I really loved the fact that Killian made it clear that he wasn't so much upset. I mean, he was worried about Stowing's reaction, but it was more about him. It was the fact that he couldn't find a way to forgive himself for what he'd done. That was the real stumbling block here, and why he kept it a secret for so long, as opposed to really being worried about Stone Charming. That he's more worried about trying to find a way to live with himself after what he did, or realize that he'd done, considering he didn't know that he'd done it when he did it. Well, he knew he killed somebody, but he didn't know it was his true love's grandfather.
And I also like the fact that she made it clear that, as we all suspected, that the act itself was not what bothered her. She didn't care about that. What she cared about was the fact that he didn't feel that he didn't trust enough in their love and in their relationship that he didn't feel that he could come to her and tell her that she had to find out like that.
Well, that's why that's why I was happy that was the reason why she was upset. That was to put out there. I did not want her being like, you killed my my grandfather that I never met and never would ever meet, blah, blah, blah. I'd rather it be because of something else.
And I totally supported her giving the ring back and saying that as soon as you get your stuff sorted out, we'll have another talk about this. Like that was good and healthy. However, I can see how in Killian's state of mind, he would take it as I physically need to go somewhere to find the man that she thinks that I am. I can see why he would take it to that extreme given his own emotional distress.
Yes.
But it still was painful to see her give back the ring, though. Even though the whole thing was real, she has the right to be angry at him for him not trusting her with the secret. They would have handled it together. The man she fell in love with would have told her the truth. They would have handled this, fixed this with Snowy, and moved on.
But we also have to remember that not that long ago, the shoe was on the other foot and Emma was the one keeping a secret. And I like that she brought that up. She said we have to stop hiding things from each other. So that's her recognizing that this is an issue for both of them and
Well, yeah,
not
this is
just Killian. So that made me happy too.
well, yeah. I mean, for Emma, she's lived 30 years with like dealing with pain of herself, and the same thing has gone for Killian. For 300 years, he's dealing things with himself. But now, I think even Colin and Jen mentioned this in interviews that they're now a couple and dealing with couple issues of like, my pain is your pain. We gotta like just you gotta become, you can't just like that she pretty much said like you can't hide from me, like and I can't hide from you. So don't think that every little thing you have to like that's these kind of issues that I'm just gonna like leave you at the drop of a hat.
Okay. So nice segue. Thank you. Okay, so we've got one rant that's pretty long, so I'm going to read it, and then we'll get into what happened at the very end, and then we can start talking about the spoilers from the next episode, and then more spoilers for the finale, because we have some for those too. So if you're anti-spoilers, run now.
Yeah, go.
Although if you're anti-spoilers and listening to us, I don't know why you're listening to us.
Nah. Oh well.
Okay, so from Anonymous. Question/rant for the next podcast. First of all, I hate what the writers have been doing this season with Captain Swan. No one asked them to take a sledgehammer to the most prized ship, and having to watch this unnecessary drama, capital D, trademark, BS, and Killian and Emma at OOC is painful to watch and insulting to longtime CSers who have been waiting so long for this. I know that everything will get sorted out eventually, but it just furthers the point that the plot is pointless. I don't understand why they need to keep rehashing the same plot to keep putting CS through the mill every season. We've had CS angst in season 3 and season 4 and season 5. We get it. We don't need it rammed in our faces every time. It seems like every time CS takes a step forward, they take one back. Second, I don't like how they've been writing Emma this season, or should I say not writing, seeing as she's hardly been in 6B. It seems hypocritical for Emma to be telling Killian to lean on her and trust her when she did the exact same thing in 6A when hiding her secret about her dying from her and her family. Please, can we stop this unnecessary drama and bring back the Emma Swan I know and love? Please, God, Jane, save us.
Jane's not going to save you because it's Adam and Eddie's show.
Yes, as I said in an Ask yesterday, Jane can only write the storyline she's given people, and if Adam and Eddie decree that this bullshit must happen, then this bullshit is going to happen. There's
That's
nothing
right.
Jane can do about it.
It's a drama show, people. Of course,
Yeah.
they're never going to, until the very last scene, there's always going to be some sort of drama. And this is apparently what they like to do. It could have been better. It could have been a lot better.
Yeah, this is my point. I'm not anti-drama. I'm not anti-angst. I'm anti-plastic angst that just rehashes the same issues over and over and over and over and over again.
Oh
That
my God.
if this was season 2 or season 3 and Emma and Killian were acting like this, I would understand because they were so early on in their relationship and they were still very broken. Like I get that, but they're supposed to be like moving together, especially after season 5, which was Emma facing her fear of losing him with the whole turning him into the Dark One thing, and then we had the whole bit with Killian in the episode with his brother that he didn't feel like he was worthy of being saved. So it's like, so this is again Killian dealing with his self-loathing and Emma dealing with her fear of abandonment when we literally just did this last year. It's the exact same storyline wrapped up in different packaging. Supposedly the stakes are higher because they're living together, but I'm like, so that doesn't make any difference. So they're living together. Big whoop. We're supposed to believe their true love. And with everything that's going on and having Emma not recognize when her true love is clearly in distress, it's making me question whether or not they're true love. And I should not be questioning that.
Oh my god.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I mean, here's what happened. They had Emma in 612 recognize that Killian was acting shady, trying to keep her from getting in the shed. They have this heartfelt moment, but her superpower was going off, pinging something right here. And then the very next episode, he comes home drunk as a skunk, smelling like a brewery. She hasn't been talking to him all day, so he's clearly not right. And yet she thinks it's just because he's excited to propose to her. Her superpowers and dinging, hey, something's wrong here. And then she is understandably upset that he tried to burn away this memory and kept this big, huge thing a secret from her. But yet her first initial instinct after he doesn't come home that night, when she literally told him to go get your shit together before we talk about this some more, is that he left her. I'm just like, what?
Oh my god. Adam
Okay,
and Eve
so
are a bunch of boneheads sometimes.
okay. So before we get into whole ranting about what we think is going to happen tomorrow, I'm going to read a couple questions. Question for the next podcast. I don't get why Emma would think Killian would just leave her like that. He never has before. Why would he now? What are your thoughts on this? And at what point do you think Emma will find out the truth that Killian did not leave her by choice? Do you think Emma will find out next episode or in 616? And then another Anon says, question for the next podcast. Do you think Killian will get back to Emma in the next episode or not? And yeah, that's the same one.
Well, I'm between episode 15, or episode 16, or episode 17 when Cap and Swan will be reunited, and I think Emma will realize during her girls' night out with Regina and Snow in episode 15 that Killian wouldn't abandon her and something happened.
No, I think it's gonna be later in the episode than that. I think she's gonna find out that something's wrong in 15, but I don't think they're gonna be reunited until either the end of 16 or beginning of 17.
Mm.
Yeah, I think she's gonna spend like the majority of the episode despairing over the fact that he's gone while they try to get her drunk. And then Gideon tries to use her vulnerability against her, and then while Hook is back in to get back to the woman that he loves, Emma.
Because let's be real, there's a reason why there's that shot in the promo of Emma holding the seashell necklace and Ariel's in the same episode. That's not a coincidence.
So maybe she hears his voice and knows that he hasn't left of his own free will.
Or Ariel gets her a message. Either she's going to hear Killian through the seashell, or she's going to hear Ariel, and she's going to find out the truth. And I think her looking upset is her realizing, holy crap, he didn't really leave me. There's something wrong, and I literally just spent this whole day not believing in him. I'm a terrible person. Because Emma's going to blame herself for not believing in him.
Exactly.
When she finds out the truth, she's going to be upset at herself for not giving him the benefit of the doubt.
But he's going to be more upset, of course, Hook being Hook. He's going to be more upset for disappearing like that, even if it wasn't his own free will, and accidentally making her think that he did leave, because he would never want to cause her any pain.
And when I thought the story was gonna be maybe he goes on this adventure with Nemo to like find himself, as long as he told Emma where he was going and why, I was totally on board with that mission. But then they tried to make it look like he was leaving without telling her, and I'm like, oh no, hard pass on the utterly idiotic notion that Killian Jones would leave Emma Swan without telling her where he was going.
Because I thought when she walked into the house, and she kind of looked around expecting him to be there. I thought that like she would see a note on the side table or something to indicate, that he'd left her something to tell her what was going on. But when there was nothing there and she just walked up to the window, oh my God, that was like the saddest scene ever. And turned the porch lights off. I'm like, you've got to be kidding. I know that one of the writers, I think Bridget, because she had been asked this question, said, well, didn't he leave her something to let her know? And she's like, well, yeah, of course. I'm like, yeah, that's your viewpoint. If you're going to tell me that this happened off camera, fuck you.
But wait a minute.
Happened on camera.
But wait a minute. In the next episode, Killian says, and we've seen it in the frickin' promo, he says, Emma is going to think that I abandoned her. So, well, why would he leave? Why wouldn't the same situation, if he really went to find himself, that he wouldn't leave a note that would not, penetrate to the same emotions? It sounds like he would have said something because he's going to leave. It doesn't matter what circumstances the leaving was. He already knows that she's going to think I'm going to abandon her if I leave.
But that's what I'm saying. The whole notion of, but that's what I'm saying. The whole notion of him leaving without saying something is antithetical to who Killian Jones is. They're having, if that's what they want us to believe, that he was really considering leaving without telling her where he was going, then I say hard pass, and that's out of character for him. And fuck Adam and Eddie. That's what I'm saying. That this entire, and this is what a lot of us who are salty are saying, is that this storyline is throwing both Emma and Killian under the bus for the sake of dramas that we don't need. Like, they have literally been to hell and back. What kind of drama can you possibly create at this point that's going to make me not think that they're true love? Oh wait, maybe it's this drama that is out of character and makes no sense. Because literally, okay, let's get into the whole sneak peek with the snowing and with Snow and Regina and the drinking.
Oh my God! Did wait? When I talked to you about this before, you hadn't watched it. Did you watch it?
Fuck no! It's bad enough I gotta watch it during the actual episode. I ain't gonna subject myself to that shit twice, because okay. Does anybody? Here's my question: does anybody outside of Emma Swan give a shit whether Killian Jones is alive or dead?
Apparently not. Even though
don't think that they do, because no one seems to even think, hey, maybe something happened to him. This is Storybrooke, and there's a crazy psycho murderer running around.
I mean, I get why Regina would be like that, because it's her and she's like
her.
that. But Henry, I thought that his relationship with Killian was close enough that
he's related to Bagel.
He would be and because he loves his mother and doesn't want to see her in pain, that he would be the first one to go, hey,
Bagel jeans.
Something about this ain't right. He literally sat there with his earbuds in, playing on his goddamn phone, while here she is, mourningly looking at all of the things in
Blueberry
his
bagel
chest. His brother's ring, his spyglass, his flask, all these things, taking them out of this little container that was on the table and putting them into his sea chest. And then it's only when she closes it that he kind of looks over and then goes back. He looks over and then goes back to his phone. Doesn't even look up to look her in the eye. Goes, Mom, are you okay?
Burn bagel.
I'm like, what the? Your mother looks like she's devastated, and you don't even care enough to ask what the hell's going on, or you don't care enough to say something like, he there must be something wrong because he wouldn't do this.
10-day-old bagel.
Mr. believer person that believes the best in everybody can't even measure a fuck to give about the man your mother loves.
And this is why Charming is not awake. This is why Charming is not awake in this episode, because I guarantee you, Charming is literally the only person who would actually remotely be questioning where Killian got off to.
Remember when Killian was like, when he was with Karen David, and he was like, David's late. This is not like David. Well, I think Charming would be the same. He was like, where's Killian? This is not like Killian.
Exactly, but it bothers me that no one outside of Charming seems to give a shit. Now, and I understand Emma's upset, but until I have a reason for her to think that he left, like maybe Gideon left a fake note. Maybe he left a fake voicemail.
Well,
or
that's
something. Until I understand why she thinks that he would just leave like that. I can't get in her head. Like, I don't understand what's happening and why she would immediately jump to that conclusion. And for the love of God, do not say walls. Do not come up with this excuse for Emma to continue to act this way. Either she needs to, it's not healthy for her to continue to act like this.
no one's saying it's healthy.
Especially when she literally just gave him the speech about trusting in what they have together, and she's literally not trusting in him 5 minutes after he disappears.
See, this is what I don't get. The characters on the show say one thing, and then their actions totally contradict what they just said. Like in 14, Snow gave Hook this whole hope speech about it doesn't matter what bad things that you've done, there's always hope, you can be forgiven, blah 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 blah. And then the very next episode, okay, I get why she's having drinks and stuff. She's had stress. Okay, she's cursed, whatever. She hasn't seen Charming in like 3 fucking weeks. She's stressed. I get it. But at the same time, she's like the queen of the hope speech. You would think that she would try to, instead of encouraging her daughter to get shit-faced, that she would actually sit down and talk to her.
Well,
especially considering, as far as we know, Snow is the last person to talk to Killian, and he literally just said he wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, to offer up something, some shred or crumb of hope. Look, I know he's not going anywhere. He even told me so that he wasn't going anywhere. But no, she's just sitting in the fucking bar getting hammered. What the fuck is this?
She's pretty much when I saw that, I was like, now she's a person who is no help whatsoever to the situation, and all we are left with is Regina, which just said, let's talk about that no good pirate, where I'm like, what the fuck you, Regina, like, you're not helping the situation. You're supposed to be helping your friend. Yeah, you're a great friend.
Well, she must think that's what friends do, is disparage their friends' exes, like the minute.
Apparently so.
How do you think that Regina and Snow and Emma's girls' night out will end?
With Emma not getting drunk and going down to the docks, apparently.
With just hard pass on whatever is going on with bartender dude, unless it's Gideon in disguise.
It's probably Gideon, I'm assuming.
Please, baby Jesus, please, in the name of the baby Jesus, be Gideon in disguise. I don't even believe in the baby Jesus. And I'm like, please be Gideon in disguise, because if it's some other fuckery, I'm gonna be so pissed. Because it's like, guys, I mean, I know there's spoilers, and I'm not supposed to know this, but you want them to be married in five episodes from now. You cannot pull this kind of bullshit and have us believe that they're ready to get married in 5 episodes.
Yeah,
unless you're a freaking miracle worker.
Oh,
I'm thinking that maybe that he was watching her at the bar, and maybe he saw the bartender have a conversation with her and assumed that maybe that was his way in. So he decides to make himself look like him or something to catch her in this state that she's vulnerable, her heart is broken. It would be easy for him to influence her to do something she would regret.
What are the spoilers?
There was a night shoot in front of the CS house with Emma, with Jen, the guy who plays the bartender, and Giles.
Well, that just pretty much says that guy is that guy. It's pretty much saying it's Gideon. Come on.
I mean, it makes me think that it's Gideon, but at this point, I don't trust Adam and Eddie as far as I can throw them. So,
But this whole thing with
I don't think it's likely, but I understand why people are paranoid.
But knowing Snow the way we do, I mean, you remember back in season 1 when they were trying to do that girls' night out thing, and Snow was like the last person that would want to do a girls' night because that's not her thing. I don't think that was her idea. I honestly think that this whole going out to the bar and getting fucking plastered, I think that
Regina. It's Regina's idea. Of course it is.
Because Regina's so helpful. How she deals with all of her pain.
Yeah.
Getting plastered.
And if Regina and Emma's and Snow's girls' night out ends up being like Elena's and Bonnie, Caroline's girls' night out, I will not be surprised and I will be laughing the entire sequence. But if it doesn't end that way, that's Emma and the dogs with the shell. I will either way be surprised that either way.
So basically, I just need this episode, and bless Jennifer, bless her for that quote that came out literally 5 minutes after the episode ended that says, yeah, Emma feels betrayed. She's really upset, but she also has her superpower, and her superpower is telling her something ain't right. So please, just by the end of the episode, as long as she is aware that Killian did not leave her on purpose and that Gideon did something to fuck shit up, and that she's confident that he's finding his way back to her, or she's going to do whatever it takes to get him back, or something along those lines, then I will be slightly less salty.
I think it.
But
I
if we
think,
go
yeah.
past this episode with Emma thinking he left her, I'm going to hunt down Adam and Eddie and beat them to death with shovels.
So my god, when in the end of this episode, when Gideon did this, I wanted to go all Kill Bill with a samurai sword and chop him into bits.
I need him to
Go ahead.
die. I don't care if he's Belle's son. I need him to die.
Gideon, you have messed
Just
with
die.
the wrong OTP because you
think he's
are
gonna die.
nasty.
I think he's
You
gonna-
nasty. You
gonna be-
nasty
And-
motherfucker.
And let's talk for a second before we get into, we've got another rant here, but I'll wait to read it. On Earth could Gideon possibly need Killian out of the way for?
He's trying to break her. He's trying to break her. He figures if she's vulnerable, then he can attack her, and she won't have the strength, the emotional strength to fight back.
Now my question is, if that's true, did he come up with this on his own, or did Deadykins help him with this?
Daddy.
Yeah, he doesn't know. Of course, it was his father because he doesn't know any of them.
They probably have a scene where I wonder if they have any scenes with Rumpel in tomorrow's episode where
It's not
like
like-
he's like, he's like, instead of killing her, why don't you just make her weak or something and like mess with her head or shit?
And
like
it has
that.
all the earmarks to something that Rumpel would do, sending Killian off to some unknown place with no hope of getting back, making his life miserable. That's Rumpel, up and down.
Mhm.
That's Rumpel.
Hey, if it doesn't end like you expected, Michelle, I will go with you to Adam and Eddie's house and beat them to death with the shovel. Okay?
I just have an image of of Gideon going into Rumpel's shop and being like, I guess who I got rid of, and he gives him like trying to give him a high five or something like that. It's your favorite person in the world.
Oh God.
Oh,
Okay.
But
So-
see, it's actually very symbolic of what Hook did with him and Belle, because Emma had asked him in season 2, why didn't you just kill Belle if you really wanted to hurt him? And he was like, no, Belle's where he keeps his heart, and I know there are far better ways to make someone suffer, because Rumpel left Killian alive to suffer with the fact that Mila was dead. So what he did is he took away Belle's memory so that Belle would be there, but she wouldn't remember who he was. It would make him suffer. And now that's exactly what Rumpel's doing. If he was responsible for this, what he was doing here by sending him, by not killing him, but sending him to a different realm with no hope of getting back. They're alive, but they cannot be together. That's ultimate. Ultimate.
Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna read this rant from Stacy, and then we'll get into the good spoilers.
Okay.
And like I said, this is from Stacy. If the show gets another season and it's the reboot, they can keep it. But if they don't, and this is the last, I'm going to be sad because I'm going to be because I'm also going to be so angry because they wasted so much time on Rumpel and Regina's storylines instead of the main fucking characters. This show really started to go that path during season 2 with every flashback being a Rumpel or evil queen wanting to kill Snow flashback. I'm angry that we never got to focus on that. We had to focus on stupid ass guest star backstories. I'm angry we never got to see the flashback of Emma getting the charming family crest tattoo, and I'm angry we never got to see Hook's mother. I'm angry that this show was supposed to be an ensemble show and was focused on 2 characters who took over the show. I'm angry that Emma's relationship with her parents was screwed over because Regina had to be coddled, and people blamed Hook for it when it was the writer's fault. I'm so angry my favorite character, Emma Swan, and my favorite actress, Jennifer Morrison, had to be treated by the writers and the fans like this because of their love for Regina/Lana.
That's a lot of anger.
well,
That is my anger.
oh my god.
Sorry, Stacy, your anger is
As well shared.
Was
Yeah,
there
but
a question in that anger? I can't
But
remember.
she's not wrong because everything she said we completely, agree with.
In some
Right?
form or fashion. I mean, Eddie literally said to a fan at the Storybook at the Stevenson filming last week that we're never going to see how Emma got her tattoo. We're never going to see it because it's the Charming Family crest.
So it's just not that important, I guess.
Yeah, so we're never going to see it. And quite frankly, at this rate, considering what they've done with the rest of Killian's family members, I don't want to see Hook's mother because I'm afraid they're going to fuck it up.
Me too.
I don't know.
Okay.
Look, like I said before, if they do get a season 7 with the entire cast, with the original cast on board, I'm on for it. If they cancel it, I'll be sad. If they reboot it, I won't even watch it because it's not the same without the original cast. Okay, and that's only my opinion.
Well, it doesn't sound like they're getting Jenny and Josh back. That's like a fact. That's been out there.
Yeah, that was obvious. Kat, who was on set on the 30th, she said he was giving away stuff from his trailer, like props and stuff. A bracelet that he wore in season 1 from the hospital, I think, and he was signing a whole bunch of autographs, like a whole bunch of pictures and other stuff.
And they put the freaking Snow and Charming like statue that they had from the Wish Realm out on Bridge Studios, like sort of like a tribute for them to go away. So it's kind of like pointing to the fact that, hey, they're going away.
Well, okay. Well, that leads us into the finale spoilers from the filming, most recent filming. And to talk about the snowing ones briefly, we see them moving. It looks like they're moving into a farmhouse.
Yeah.
So I think that's their way of writing them. If the show continues beyond a season 7 to write them out that, they're hanging out at the farmhouse,
which
they're not going to be in the thick of whatever nonsense is happening in town.
Which I'm kind of like, okay,
which gives them the opportunity to pop back in as a guest star, but they don't have to be there all the time.
Yes, so I thought they would really go to the Enchanted Forest and stay there.
Well, here's the other speculation. Judging from what everybody was wearing at the Stevenson filming that night, like was it Thursday night or Friday night or whatever it was?
Yeah.
Well, Charming's wearing a bow tie.
I know it's after the wedding.
Something happens right at like almost as soon as the wedding is over that seems to at the very least separate Snowing and Killian from the others. I think that they like get plopped down the Enchanted Forest or plopped down somewhere or something.
Which I don't understand at all.
And when they come back, they're still dressed from the wedding.
And everybody there.
Because there's that video with Karen David that she posted where she looks kind of princessy, and Collins in his Captain Hook era season 2-3 outfit.
There's also a scene, it was kind of blurry, you couldn't see much, but Killian was in his Captain Hook outfit with his wedding ring, and he was talking to Snow.
And a beanstalk, though.
Yeah.
And a broken beanstalk. So obviously, and in that, during the fight scene, not only I saw a better picture of Josh. He was not only wearing a tie, he was wearing a tux.
Yeah.
With a scarf, and Hook and Killian was wearing like a trench coat type coat and black slacks and a shiny black shoe, because for most of the shoot he was using that boot.
So this finale is pissing me off because what are they doing again? They're separating Captain Swan again.
Yes.
It's stupid.
Yes.
And
I'm sick and tired of this.
And the girls were all wearing their nice dresses. So it appears that something happened at either the end of the wedding or during the reception. Mm-hmm. Gideon probably that fucks everything.
Black Fairy.
Black Fairy
that fucks.
Black Fairy is playing the Rumple or whatever of the season 1.
It's some like kind of curse or something. Who knows? But the point is, CS will get separated right after their wedding, which really blows. Which means we're not getting a post-coital scene, which really pisses me off.
Well, maybe they could. I don't know.
So, do we think that the Black Fairy casts another dark curse again?
She cast something. I don't know what she did but it's sending them back to the Enchanted Forest in their Enchanted Forest type clothes because that picture of Ginny and Colin in their Operation Princess shirts, Ginny's wearing the snow wig.
It must be in the vein of it because Emma does not go over, and she can't because she's the savior.
Doesn't look like Henry did either.
Emma has the
Henry
savior
didn't either.
loophole, which prevents her from going. And Henry can't go because he was born here.
No, it doesn't
So
make any
curses
sense.
don't affect
It's
him.
more. I think it has to deal with more of like the Stiltskin family plus Emma. That makes Henry there.
Because who knows where the fuck? I mean, I don't know what Rumple and has anybody seen Belle?
No, she's on the missing people list apparently. She probably is in that cursed realm too, I'm assuming, because it has to deal with the Stiltskin family. So you have Gideon, you have the Rumple and Sons shop. Yeah, so I'm assuming it's like a season one.
Shit. What if the Black Fairy has turned Storybrooke into like Rumple's town? Like, so that her family is like the like lords of the town or some shit. And that's why like Emma feels like she has to leave.
I don't know about leaving. I don't know what the hell they do. I think what's happening is it's a season one, the same all over again. And Henry uses this book to figure things out again. And that's why she throws him up against the whatever. And he goes off in an ambulance because he found the book. And then she takes the book back.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming that Emma is living in a realm where she doesn't know who she is and stuff like that.
But she's wearing her wedding ring.
But the thing is, in season one, so did Snow. She wore her engagement ring, but she didn't know what the hell it was.
Oh, Christ! Please don't have her married to fake married to August or some shit, please.
No.
Be fake married to Gideon.
No. Remember when Margaret was not married to anyone?
Yeah, but this is quite blatantly a wedding ring and an engagement ring. Like she's wearing.
Doesn't matter.
Wait, what now?
She had an engagement ring and she was wearing it on her finger, and it was season one. Margaret.
But she was wearing it on the wrong finger. She's wearing it on the wrong hand.
I can't remember.
No, she's wearing it on her right hand, not her left.
Well,
hand.
maybe the same thing is happening for Emma. We haven't seen her in. No, we haven't.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Anyway, the point is,
she's always been wearing gloves and shit. Remember?
But Colin is definitely wearing his wedding ring while he's just
well, he's not cursed with memory crap.
Actually, Colin is wearing a whole new set of rings.
Well, okay, we don't know that. No, I don't buy that. I don't until I get a better look at his hand that's not fuzzy. Every single shot I've seen of his hand is fuzzy. Actually, like I can't tell.
No, not true. There is one scene. There is one picture that you remember that video they had of him driving by and he goes and waves. Someone got a clip of that and blew it up, and I saw his hand. It's a completely brand new set of rings.
I don't think so.
Yes, it is. I have eyes.
But people don't. But people are saying that it's Liam's ring, and I don't necessarily believe that.
I don't know if it's that one. I can tell you that the one on his pointer finger is fat, and the stone is black. That's all I can tell you. The one on his thumb is not the same thumb ring because the thumb ring that he normally wears is a complete just silver band. It has a little bit of like etching in it. Well, this ring. This new ring he has on his thumb is not a full ring. Well, it's a full ring, but I mean the middle of it, there's a space there. It's like a band and a space and a band, and on the top there's a definite stone.
Well, it doesn't matter. All it matters is the wedding ring.
Yeah, all I care about is the wedding ring.
I don't. What I'm trying to say is, I think that after coming back from Agrabah and doing all this mess with him, trying to put his past behind him and not continuously focus on it and move on, I think him changing the rings out is his way of moving on, because the rings for him was a reminder of everything that he's done in the past, people he's wronged, people that he's killed. So when he comes back from Agrabah or wherever the hell that the ship goes to, I think once he comes to terms with that, he's going to realize he doesn't need them.
But yeah,
anymore.
that's like when Emma gave up the shoelace and the swan necklace. She
And for
didn't
him
get
to put
anymore.
on the other ones, the other rings are probably just because he's used to having rings on, and it's just a fashion thing for him.
Okay, so let's get into the super. Well, okay, should we talk about the night shoot with Gideon?
Didn't we just do that?
Well, we did, but we didn't talk about the actual fight part.
Okay, they fight.
Emma
Okay.
and Emma and Gideon get into a fight. They both get knocked down. Somebody said that they might have seen Henry kiss her with a true love's kiss kind of deal, and she comes back up. Emma hugs everybody. Ergo, Emma not dead. Woo!
Yeah, but I'm kind of like disappointed that is Henry kissing her again. It's like,
Yes.
why? I don't care about Henry.
Well, actually, someone else who was there said that they weren't sure if it was a kiss. That from the angle they were standing at, they couldn't be entirely sure that
Okay,
that's what
that-
No,
he
they
was
have a
doing.
video where he kisses her on the forehead.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Yes,
I do.
'cause I
I
heard
see
about
one.
that too.
There's a video. Go to my blog and look at it. I reblogged
Mind your
it
helm,
sometimes.
everybody. Mind your helm. Go
Find your
harass her
helm.
blog.
Go and find it. And
Any
I
and all
reblogged it, or
spoilers.
I posted it. I found it on Instagram. One of the others. I can't figure it out.
But you,
I saw-
I mean, logically, I get why they're doing it to parallel season one with her kissing him.
But I'm
to
tired of
bring him
this.
up. But I want that Captain Swan true love's kiss. I want it real bad, and I'm not going to
Especially
get
since
it.
they just got fucking married.
And it pisses me off. Yes.
Oh my god! Can't believe we're not gonna get sexy times because of the damn
Well,
black bitch.
You never know. You might get it.
well, here we go. Let's get into the.
Someone said when they went to a tour through the bridge studio, someone said that they saw a bedroom that they never saw, that they couldn't see or anything. There was a bedroom set there that was not, not that they saw Henry's bedroom set, and then they saw they were like a bedroom set that was blocked that they couldn't see. What the fuck is that about?
If they couldn't see it, how'd they know it was a bedroom set?
Front the people that she's wronged, take the brunt. Take one for the team, considering she never does that ever.
What?
What?
What the fuck are we talking about?
Lisa, we have no idea what you're talking about. We're talking about bedroom sets.
Did she get cut off and then cut back in?
I don't
know. But
But we've got one more question. It's
in one of the scenes, in one of the videos during the fight scene.
yes.
It is
we're talking
shown
about that.
that Jesus. It is shown that when Emma is fighting Gideon, that there's a cast change, that it starts out with her, and then she goes down, and then Regina takes her place.
I don't see that.
If you've been,
That never
if you've been-
happened. That didn't get a video at
What?
all.
if you've been following anything about, it was there. I saw it.
Okay.
People,
Continue.
like 50,000 people were posting 50,000 different things that they saw for 3 straight days, from the 29th all the way to, it was from Wednesday all the way to Friday. So one
Okay.
person posted that they saw during the fight scene that it started out with Emma and it ended with Regina, and a lot of people were starting to think that, well, maybe Regina gets killed and that she finally pays the price for all the evil that she's done. Because you remember how we used to say that
No.
it never seems like she.
No, that's not going to happen because we had that other day's filming where Regina and Emma were walking Henry to the bus.
I
Regina's
know.
fine.
That's why this is like when you're playing telephone with a bunch of people. Everyone hears and sees something different. So it's hard
Did you
to
see a
speculate.
video?
The only videos I've seen are the ones where Josh lifts Jen up and places her into Colin's arms, which was
Well,
supremely
I didn't
adorable.
see any video of Regina taking place of Emma, and even Kat said when someone asked a question, I heard blah blah blah, and this is and whatever. Live long, Regina, and she was like, "Yeah, that didn't happen."
There was 2 or 3 videos of the actual fight scene where they started fighting, and then she goes down, and
That's
They
it. That's all
pick
you
her
see.
up
You don't
and,
see
drag her out
Regina
of the way.
appear. That's it. That's all you saw.
and then there
Until
was one.
someone shows me solid proof of a video.
Okay, Shannon.
I'm just telling you. Why are you
Calm
telling
down.
about this? I mean,
Okay.
I'm not saying that it actually happened either. I'm just telling you what I saw on Tumblr. I'm not saying that it's real. Like I said, because we have 50,000 different people saying 50 different things over the 3 nights that they shot, I would rather wait till we actually see it on screen because everybody's perspective is different.
Okay,
And
well,
some people are lying too.
Yeah, especially people who want Regina to come off in a good way. But we've got one last question from Ro, who, in case any of you are wondering, is not watching the episodes until this angst is fixed, which is probably a good policy.
Yeah. Good.
Ro says, we've all seen the spoilers, so I need to ask you guys this. What are your thoughts on the pics we got of Sheriff Swan and Deputy Jones in the finale?
I think it's Sheriff Jones and Sheriff Jones, not Deputy, because remember, I think what happens is Charming is retiring and Killian's taking his place.
Well,
That's
yeah,
what
but
it looks like to me.
But that's the deputy badge he's wearing.
No, but remember, Charming's like, there's 2 sheriffs in town.
Well, yeah, the sheriff and the deputy sheriff. Saying there's 2 is just shorthand.
But they never called Charming deputy. They called him sheriff.
Are you really going to nitpick this to death?
Yeah, let's not nitpick this. The point is, they're solving crimes together, people. And I've always said, for 3 years, I have always said that Killian becoming deputy in this town is the perfect job for him. And people are like, no, he's working the docks. I'm like, no, people. He needs a job that enables him to stay by Emma's side. And there's no job more perfect for that than him being a deputy sheriff.
I mean, it makes sense that with Ginny and Josh ostensibly leaving the show at the end of this year, that they would write in something about David wanting to retire, spend more time with his family after all this bullshit, and hand the reins over to son-in-law. Makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
That makes me want season 7 of that show.
If it was season 7 of Emma and Killian solving crimes, I would watch.
I'm down for that shit.
I would watch the hell out of that show.
Me too.
And I also must ask Adam and Eddie, are you sure you're not reading our fanfics? Because really,
we will make more fanfics apparently about this.
I will be. Yeah. I will be surprised if Adam and Eddie reads Michelle's fics, like the smart ones and the not smart ones.
Someone has already asked me for Sheriff Swan, Deputy Jones smut fake. Someone's already asked me.
Oh my god!
I haven't done it yet.
There are some already out there, but that's why we're asking. Did you read some of these ones? Because they
and I love the shot of them getting in the bug, putting the siren on top of the bug, and just driving off into the sunset to solve crimes. If the show ended like that, I would be 100% fulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Most.
Oh my god! I will be fulfilled if besides them getting married, they do get a wedding night before the whole Black Fairy curse separation happens.
Not gonna happen.
Just saying.
We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like to think that hopefully we'll get some sort of post-coital scene after Emma doesn't get dead.
Especially when you consider that they're probably being robbed of a actual.
Well, I mean, I would like it because it would mirror the very first episode of this season where they were trying to get to there, and now they can finally get to there. Come on, go for a circle. And they're married, and you can't be like, oh, it's a Disney family show. I'm like, well, they're married. This is what they do.
Yeah.
You can't be like, oh, they're not married. We can't give them sex. Well, now they're married. And we've seen a lot more from this show, like with other couples, that you can't vouch for that anymore.
But to be fair, this show does have a bad track record with sex.
Yeah.
All they have to do is show them in bed together. They don't have to do anything. That's it. It's so simple.
But that's not even what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fact that since season 2, they've really only ever showed sex in a bad light. Like, people are either evil people are having sex, or Regina and Robin are having sex in a crypt with his wife frozen 2 feet away. It's always like or Rumple's like sleeping with Belle under false pretenses, or it's just bad.
Or
the sex is never
Queen.
Like since Snow and Charming got caught by Emma and Henry, sex has not been shown in a good light since. That's just a fact.
Oh my god! If Captain Swan doesn't get sexy times by the end of this season, I'm going to lose my fucking shit.
I mean, once they're married, there can be no. I mean, there can't even. I mean, there should not be any doubts at this point that they've had sex. I mean, if they're living together, clearly they've
Obviously.
had sex.
Mm.
But there really can't be any doubts after they get married. So, I really hope that they give us that. We've waited 5 years for it, but I'm not overly optimistic.
Yeah, we know, because you've been.
I will just be glad that they ride off into the sunset in their end game and they're happy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm good.
God, I hope they don't do the cheesy situation where Emma and Hook sing their vows in the musical episode.
No,
Please,
no
no.
singing of vows.
But if they do tie everything up at the end with a nice pretty bow, then and the show gets renewed for season 7, then what's the deal with the 30-something dude that
I have a theory.
Oh, goody. Is it a bad
Well,
theory or?
No, it's not. Well, it's not a bad theory, but it's how because no one has seen this dude and this girl. Like no one has seen them. If they're filming inside. Like literally, no one has seen them. So here's my thought: that the finale is going to revolve around this final battle, wrapping up this particular storyline with these characters, sending certain ones off into the sunset. Blah blah blah. But here's my deal. They had to create something that would give them a jumping off point for season 7 and end the show at the same time, should that happen. So they can introduce these two characters at the very, like how they did with Elsa, like at the very, very end, and it's something that they can edit out. Like they don't interact with anybody that we know, so they can excise that out should the show get canceled, and we never even see them.
I think they already
Like
know
what?
if it's canceled or
Like-
not.
you mean like having some sort of flash forward?
No, just like some extra scene where they like show up in town or some shit.
Yeah.
That they can edit out if it's not necessary.
Exactly.
Because I heard like two different things. First, I heard from
Don't
a
say the
website that the show was being renewed for season 7, but may not be 22 episodes. And then I heard that they got Jen, but only part-time. So, but
Okay, that's coming
I
from
don't
Larry,
know.
and no one can trust the fuck Larry
Yeah.
says.
I know, that's why I couldn't understand why anybody was posting anything that Scary Larry says, because he's full of shit. And I know because I've seen him in person when I was up there. The guy is a louse and he's crazy.
I mean,
So-
I would be okay with them coming back for say 13 episodes, season 7, to like wrap some shit up.
But that's the thing. Like, I don't know what they need to wrap up. If they're having Snow and Charming, happy ending, Regina's already seems like she has nothing left to talk about because she already faced her demon shit inside. She doesn't have her true love. He's dead, or he's in the other realm, or whatever. There's really nothing left except for like Beck's stuff or whatever, her sister doing stuff. But there's really nothing left for her to do. So I don't know I don't really know what this season 7 is going to be about, because it seems like everything seems to be wrapping up.
I think that that Zelina's happy ending was finding someone to love her, just her, and she found that in the baby. I have serious fears about what that baby's life is going to be like growing up, and hope to God she doesn't turn into Wicked Witch Part 2. But I would like to think that with the influence of everyone else around Storybrooke, and I can't believe I'm even saying this, also the influence of Regina, who's trying to be better, that maybe, there might be hope for her future.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why they want to introduce these two new people, but they want to do it in a way that if the show does get canceled, they don't have to show them. They can just like cut that scene out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so then the last shot would be like Captain Swan riding off into the sunset to solve crimes, rather than the mysterious dude and the little girl showing up in town to like fuck shit up.
So are we wanting to say anything about Vancouver Con or anything like that? Anything? Anybody wants? Anything at all?
Um, Killian, I mean, Colin needs to be careful when he's filming stuff because he's broke his foot.
Oh my
Now his
God.
like twice.
This man.
Who thought it
That-
would be wise to have him doing a scene of himself running up a chair? This man
That chair trick better be good.
the man can't even run upstairs. Okay. Without
No,
falling.
and he even said that he did it right a whole bunch of times, and this time he just landed wrong. And
Yeah, but if he did it right a whole bunch of times, why did they need him to do it more?
because somebody else in the scene fucked up, and they had to do another take.
Ugh.
Chair trick better be good. And what is with this man not going to the hospital like till 5 days later?
That's just
Got
Colin. He
X-rayed.
tries
I'm
to.
like,
I'm sure he did the same thing happened when he busted his leg back in season
no,
2.
that I'm sure. I think it was like a compound fracture. He had to go to the hospital right away.
This one's not that bad. He said he broke a metatarsal, which according to my husband is like the bone that's right after the toe. So it's not too bad. I mean, he can walk on it. He can walk with the boot. He can walk without the boot because he's been shifting back and forth in these scenes. And they're even showing in some of these pictures that when he wears the black slacks for the wedding clothes, and he's wearing the boot, but it's wrapped up in like some black fabric so that it doesn't look obvious.
Yeah, I'm sure most of the time they'll film him from the knees up. It'll be fine.
Probably. It just makes me feel bad because now he can't do too much in the way of action sequences because, well, they've got the stunt double.
Yeah, he's got a stunt double. It's fine.
Yeah.
It just gratifies me to see the two of them together, that they have this kind of, they have very special friendship. They know each other very well. I mean, she had said that he knew her so well. He knew the reason why her hand was itchy was because she ate the carrots, which were too close to the peppers, which she is allergic to. It's, this is like that lightning in a bottle thing, that not only did they have chemistry on screen as actors, but they have it as friends. So, because it's hard, you can force chemistry to happen as part of your job, but that doesn't mean that it's going to look good. So it's always awesome when the actors are friends outside of work too, because they bring that onto the screen, and that's what Colin and Jen bring.
I just
It's
like
something
that
very,
there
very
wasn't.
special.
I just like that there wasn't any shit cleaner questions.
Oh, thank God.
And
I'm pretty sure
mean-
I think we can be pretty certain that whoever bought tickets for that panel was pretty much Hook fans, Captain Swan fans. That's why they've decided to divide up these days. They are being smart about it because they know that if they don't, and the Evil Queeners are there on the same day as the Captain Swanners, it's going to go down some serious shit. It always does.
it's sad that they have to do that, but it's true.
That's why they have him and her on Saturday, and Lana with her people on a different day, because it's just better that way.
I think we all gotta hold on our low expectations and low hopes for luck for the rest of 6B if we're gonna survive it. And Michelle, be cynical.
But can I just say, not to sound gloaty, but I've been saying this whole time that there would not be an epic Captain Swan adventure with them together.
I knew
What's
it.
happening would be them separated, and look, they get separated twice.
Yay.
Right.
So I wish people would stop saying, "Hey, we got to see it in context." Blah blah blah. I'm like, no, I don't. I see enough. The fat Hook stuff was not better in context, guys. Stop trying to excuse lazy ass writing.
Yeah.
What I do want to say though is that I think the blame can't be solely placed on the Evil Queeners or the Swan Queeners. I think that there are some contingents of the Captain Swan fandom that have their own issues, and it was glaringly obvious during VanCon. I mean, it was only one question, but still, you could tell that they were not comfortable when Jen and Colin were asked, like, where Jen was asked of the men that she's been on screen with, which one was the best kisser. And the look on Colin's face, he just turned freaking like beet red, and he couldn't even talk. He had to turn around. You could tell she was not comfortable because they don't seem to understand that as actors, they don't think of each other in that way. Unless you have a situation like Ginny and Josh where they're together in real life, look at their scene partners in that way. They bring chemistry to the scene because that's what they have to do for that scene. But outside of it, when it's called cut, no.
I
Hold on, wait a minute. To be fair, though, J-Mo has said more than once that she's really lucky and she gets to kiss handsome guys.
I
she
know.
already has an answer to that question.
It's like to be fair to the person asking the question, J-Mo has said that more than once. So I can kind of understand. I mean, was it bad? Was it bad for him to say it when Colin's sitting right there? Absolutely. But I kind of understand why that question was asked because J-Mo says that a lot.
It's just, it might be a little easier because she's single and it's not as weird and awkward. But when you ask him and he's married, he even said it. Well, I don't think he said it. Did he say it? I'm not sure if he said it at the con or if he said it in an interview. Yeah, he said it in the one when he was talking to Josh that, sometimes they got to like tone it down because they forget that, that's a show and that's a character and this is real life.
No, and I absolutely get that. I'm just saying that I understand why that particular question was asked in that particular context. You shouldn't have asked it in front of Colin because that's bad form. But asking J-Mo that question when she says herself numerous times that she gets to kiss handsome dudes, I understand why it was asked. I wouldn't ask it. And if I had been sitting in that room, I would have been going, oh my God, please shut up. Please shut up. And that's my problem with cons is that sometimes people do not understand boundaries and they ask the wrong question. And
because just like we have problems with the Swan Queen shippers and their idiocy, the Captain Swan fandom also has our own contingent of vocal idiots.
Yeah, we're not innocent by any means, and anybody who pretends that we are
the Colifer fans are fucking nuts. Like they're the ones that ask those types of questions because there was even one that went off on her. Went off on Colin because he had said that Helen was the love of his life. They'd been together since they were 18 years old and that they were very happy together. And she fucking lost her shit and went off on him.
Okay.
Like,
we can continue this conversation off air. We're getting off topic.
I like that J-Mo said that this is a healthy relationship, and that was sort of like in your face, everybody.
Exactly. She was like, right there, people.
And I like that they said they would be Prince and Princess of the Sea.
Amen.
So those are the cute moments that were good. The second panel was much better, I think, than the first panel. I don't know. That was my opinion.
And the fact that she had said that if they got married in the Enchanted Forest, that she would more than likely be some sort of pirate type than be stuck in the castle as a princess, which is very fitting.
That's what I keep saying.
That is very fitting to her.
That's what I keep saying, and that's why I don't understand where Adam and Eddie are going off on this whole Princess Emma would be a wee delicate flower.
Now you probably know why J-Mo.
And I'm just like,
I don't know. J-Mo has the same ideas that we have, and probably you know why she is like kind of speculating. Like, do I really want to do season 7 with these guys again, where the writing is like this? I mean,
it just feels like they don't really respect their characters enough to let them grow out of the archetypes that they put them in.
Yeah, they adore Rumple. They glorify Bagel. They just don't give Regina her fucking redemption for fuck's sake, and gave us this bullshit we watched in this episode 14 of season 6 of Once Upon a Time. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with these two boneheads who write this show about hope and love and give us this? Seriously.
All right. Does anybody have any more thoughts?
No.
We're talked out. All right, everybody. We'll talk to you next week. Hopefully, some of this angst will be eased. Not completely taken care of, but eased a little bit.
And Mike will be back.
Oh, one last thing. We are officially on Train's second proposal. Let's all rejoice.
Yay!
Yay!
Okay.
For those of us who hated the first proposal, the second one is coming, and I'm sure it will be epic.
We'll
Yes.
see.
Shannon's
Remember,
so
you guys are just bashing Adam and Eddie, and now you're like, it's gonna be great. And I'm like, maybe.
Oh
well,
my
it can't
God.
get any worse, can
No.
it?
Please don't say, wait, don't please don't say worse. If you say
Lower your expectations.
Yes,
lower your expectations, lower your expectations, and all aboard to the Capricorn's second proposal.
All right.
Lowered expectations.
All right. We'll talk to you all next week. Bye.
Bye. Peace
Bye.
out, everybody.